repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coon. The white man to go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, given to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations, I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
Touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't here for my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I won't always smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of EXCLUSIVE-Diddy.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. It's me now. You're my truth now. Yeah. I'm here to speak and make it clear. I'm sorry, y'all, for all I've done, but I'm not the only one. In a dark place, I told some lies, but I'm not the only one. We all got secrets under the sun. In the shadows, we played the game. Now I'm standing here taking the blame. A lot of y'all was at the freak off too, so don't put it all on me. That's just the truth. I've been up and down this road trying to find my peace. Confessions of a man without a release. Oh, now, hey. In the mirror, I saw the truth hiding in plain view. I'm coming clean now, this burden to undo. We were all there dancing shadows in the night, acting wrong when we knew what was right. But deep inside, there's more you must see. In this room of mirrors, it's not just me. I walk this path with heavy chains, trying to shed those sins, erase the stains. I've seen the highs and the crushing lows, fading in the spotlight. That's how it goes.
Nobody knows why liars lie. Winners are not allowed to allow losers to rewrite history. It's God's side and the other side.
Country bumpkin, black dude that can't talk good. Uber bitch and look like Mr. Potato Head.
I didn't want to be a movie star.
No, you couldn't be a movie star. Ricky Smiley can't act, cause Ricky Smiley can't act. Why is he in a dress again? He didn't be wanting to Barbie, and you gotta tell him no. Said ain't got no special, you remember? Eve ain't got no special, you remember? Ricky ain't got no special, you remember? Sir, I have 12 comedy specials. P. Diddy or whoever you is, TVJ, 20 of them. I won't stop burning you down until there ain't nothing left. Rubble on top of rubble, and I'll still be bombing. Look like a wall, Richard. Look like a wall. You didn't say no. Look like a wall, Richard. Look like a wall. You didn't say no.
All right, hello everyone, Grand Rising. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right, be sure to get those likes up. Y'all know how to be hating on the Queen on ScrewTube. Okay, and so don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. And as per usual, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. So let's get back into it because you heard it here first. All right, you heard it here first, beloveds. Let's get ready to get into this. Hello, Trisha, 504 Nola. All right, Christopher Perkins in the house. Coco Marshmallows, All Hell Nah, DJ Big Six, Trisha. All right, Timber Dan is in the house. Said, Queen, you are the epitome of black don't crack. Thank you, beloved. Thank you. Nessa G is here. Leon is here. G from the land. Hot Coco. All right, Leon said the Queen looking good as usual. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. All right, so let's get ready to get into it. Everyone get those likes up. Shout out to my moderators putting in work. Now, for those of you who follow the backup channel, we are going live on there. We are going live. Desmond says, check my super chat. All right. Not a super chat. Thank you, beloved. All right. So Desmond says, Queen. Hold on. Desmond says, Queen, fake Nancy Drew be glossing up her chest like you. Hold on, Desmond. I know you are not starting with Queen early this morning. Queen, fake Nancy Drew be glossing up her chest like you. Did you give her your lotion? Also, she said obtuse now. Jasmine, you are messy boots, beloved. No, I didn't give her my lotion. This is actually my body oil that I make myself, which will be for sale soon. But not glossing up her chest like me. That is hilarious, beloved. All right, well, thank you for the super chat donation and for your insight into the cyber stalking, clearly at this point. Not saying obtuse. Oh, my goodness. But let me continue. Viva Africa said, Friday's vitamin sure is large, Queen. Receipts, beloved. Best grand opening. Peace to all. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. Okay, so let's get into it. Now, remember, as I said, if you don't like it, the Queen is cooking, why are you here? Cherry said, is it Cherry? Says, you look queenish beautiful. Thank you. All right, so let's get into it, honey. I got these receipts. First of all, let's talk about Diddy's mother, Janice Combs. All right, because she's suddenly falling ill, and then she's come out and said that she believes it's due to his legal woes, okay, so to speak. Well, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is, because here's the thing. It has to be stressful. And you see, that's why I told you guys, while Diddy's out here, gallivanting around, getting on private jets and all of that, talking about home, sweet home, and all of this whitewater rafting. I told y'all, this is just a ruse. Diddy's trying to act like he's so unbothered. Now, we all know that the only person that could possibly be that unbothered about anything is Omarion, okay? Like y'all said in the chat the other day. And so Diddy needs to sit down somewhere. This has to be very stressful, not only for him, but for his mother. She's 80-something years old. I believe she's 83. So, of course, I could see this making her sick. You know, stress causes disease, which means you're not at ease, okay? And so likely, yeah. I absolutely believe that this is making her sick, especially, as I told you all months ago, that she may even be implicated at some point. Okay? Now, of course, they don't want to take this elderly woman to jail or prison, but what they could do is try to use whatever they have over her, if in fact they find anything, and try to hold that over Diddy. Now, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, why could his mother possibly be implicated? Well, let's get into it. I'm going to go back to an old receipt because I told you all this months ago. Then we're going to talk about this new criminal defense attorney that Diddy has hired who does not play any games, okay? Diddy already knows what's coming. That's how you know the indictment is getting real near, because Diddy went and hired this criminal defense attorney, all right? So let's get into it. Now, first, like I said, I'm going to go back to this old receipt that I did some months ago when I was talking about his mother and how she may possibly have some ties to some of the nefarious things of which he has been accused. The raids came as the music producer faces mounting list. When I reported this, now, how dare this ninja talking about he want receipts? They said in the clip. Let's start with your mother, Ninja. Your mother got the receipts, Ninja. Everything is in your mother's name. That's the one who got the receipts, Ninja. Now, after mentioning Janice, Mace went on to reference former Bad Boy signees, the Notorious B.I.G., Craig Mack, and Black Rob. He suggested that Diddy also exploited those artists, all of whom have since passed away. He said, you need more proof, Ninja. Big ain't here, so Big can't give you no receipts. He dead. Craig Mack can't give you no receipts. He dead. What are you talking about? Who else? Black Rob can't give you no receipts. He dead. And everybody else you may sign paperwork so they can't talk about what I'm talking about. I'm the only one with guts. I'm not signing, Ninja, because I don't need the money. Okay? And so with that all been said, now let's not forget that a former bodyguard also said that Diddy had everything in his mother and his son's name. So with that all been said, if this is true, the problem is if they find out, if they could prove that his mother knew about any of his illegal activities, if it is true that he was into sex trafficking, if it is true, because here's the thing, when he was having Cassie to sleep with these people, and I'm not talking about the sex workers. I'm talking about when they alleged that Cassie was made to sleep with people that he knew, other celebrities and all of this. Well, was Diddy paid for that? He likely was. You think he did it for free? He was likely charging, okay? And then it's already been alleged that he was taking some of these women from state to state across different lines. And so all of this is real bad for him. But here's the thing. Now let's just go to a money laundering case for anyone who may be confused as to how his mother could be in big trouble. Okay, this is a case out of Detroit, where the girlfriend of an organized California-based leader who laundered the drug money and lived lavishly off the proceeds was sentenced to 3 years and 6 months in prison in order to forfeit her interest in a laundered home to the United States. And that's another thing. If they prove this money laundering that they think he's engaged in, they can seize all of his properties, anything that was bought with this laundered money or whatever, and that would include real estate, that would include cars. I mean, they could take all of his things, okay? Then it could be left broken and penniless and sitting in a cell next to R. Kelly. Now, United States Attorney Don N. Eason announced the sentence and was joined in the announcement by Charles E. Miller, special agent in charge of the Internal Revenue Service, and Orville O'Green, special agent in charge of the Drug Enforcement Administration, Detroit Field Division. Now, so 36-year-old Tiana White of Moreno Valley, California, conspired with her boyfriend, Maurice McCoy, to conceal his drug money by setting up multiple businesses and controlling access to the bank accounts. Now, if his mother, Diddy's mother, Janice Combs, did any of this, which has already been alleged, and if it's proven that she did any of this, she too could be facing charges. Now, members of McCoy's drug organization deposited drug proceeds in the bank accounts and then delivered hundreds of thousands of dollars in bulk cash to McCoy and White. Together, McCoy and White reaped the benefits of the drug trade, using the money to fund their lifestyle. McCoy purchased an expensive Porsche Panamera, and White bought a Bentley and Mercedes-Benz. They used one of McCoy's relatives. See, here's what they do. They get relatives, people close to them, to purchase things in their name. Okay, they used one of McCoy's relatives to try to conceal their purchase of a home worth more than $500,000 in Southern California. McCoy and White paid off their homes in less than 6 months by funneling cash from drug sales through a labyrinth of bank accounts. Okay, sound familiar? This all sounds like exactly what Diddy has been accused of doing in Rodney Jones's lawsuit, and as far as the former bodyguard, as well as Mace, said that he has things in his mother's name. So that's why his mother could absolutely be in big trouble. Okay, so I'm going to stop it right there. So yes, absolutely. Like I said, please pay attention. That's why his mother could be in trouble. And also, like I said, they don't want to take this elderly woman to prison or jail, but what they could do is use that to try to make her say something against Diddy, which I'm sure she wouldn't. But also, they could take all of Diddy's properties that are in her name if they prove there was any criminal wrongdoing and that she, in fact, knew about any of it. They could just, asset forfeiture is a thing. Okay, they could use that to take any of his properties, and that would absolutely be very bad for Diddy. All right, he's already shelling out all this money with this high-powered attorney that he has just hired, Mark Agnifilo. Yeah, we're going to get into that, but first, let's continue to see what they say about his mother, Janice, because yes, I believe she absolutely is sick due to what's going on with Diddy. Okay, insider claims Diddy's mom believes her son's legal issue is the source of recent health scare. Now, Janice Combs, the mother of music mogul Diddy, was rushed to a Miami hospital on Wednesday due to chest pains. Now, according to TMZ, the cause of her discomfort is still unknown, and she will remain under medical observation and testing. Now, Diddy was present at the hospital when his mother was admitted, offering comfort and support to her. An insider remarked that he's her comfort in this, highlighting Diddy's close bond with his mother during the health scare. Well, we already know that Diddy is very close with his mother, so much so that she was at one of those freak-offs. Now, we know this. Well, I'm not going to say we know it. I'm going to say it's been alleged. Now, remember, on the yacht with Grace O'Mercade accusing Christian King Combs of assault and forcing drinks on her and all of that, she said that they were playing that game, Carisha Please, and that Diddy was dared to pull down his pants and expose himself, and he did so, and his mother was sitting right there beside him. So she was doing all of that, if that is true, and I'm not saying that it is, but if that is true, well, wouldn't that make it more likely than not that perhaps she was involved in a little bit of those freak offs. Okay, please pay attention. Now, that all being said, let me continue. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Now, they go on to say that she was having these chest pains and that she believes the stress, that the pains are stress related to her son's ongoing legal issues. Further details about her condition and the results of her medical test are yet to be disclosed. Now, in yet another lawsuit last week, Diddy is accused of forcing a former porn star with a P into sexual acts at his annual party in the Hamptons. According to page 6, the former adult star, Adria English, says she was contracted as a go-go dancer after meeting Diddy with her boyfriend, who auditioned as a model for Sean John. Right, English, who went by the name or the alias I'm Unique, was Anthony Gallo's girlfriend, and he stated that he would get the Sean John job if English worked for the Hamptons party. And like I told you all, I'm not going to go back all in through that. But as I told you all, I do believe that the only reason Diddy asked her and told Attny Gallo, I'll give you the job if you let her come and do the parties, if you get her to do it, is because I feel that Diddy wanted to get payback. I think that he was angered because Attny Gallo didn't bow down to him, didn't do what he wanted him to do when he wanted him to taste that cucumber, told him no. And you know what they say, you can't tell Diddy no, but you gotta tell Diddy no. And so with that all being said, remember how I've shown you the videos of Diddy literally throwing temper tantrums when he doesn't get his way. And he said, I get what I want, just acting like the whole spoiled rotten brat. So can you imagine the disdain, the angst that he felt when Attny Gallo dared to tell him no? He's like, Ninja, you're trying to get in here. You're trying to get down with Sean John. I'm the one running things. How dare you tell me no? Whatever I want you to do to get this gig, you better do it. So when Attny wouldn't do that, now he's got another ultimatum. Okay, I'll let you do it, but only if you get your girlfriend to be one of the bottle girls or one of the go-go dancers. And then had all these things that she's alleging done to her. Okay, and I think all of that was done on purpose, like I said, to get back at Attny Gallo. And let's not forget that that's something that Diddy has done in the past. Remember how he was dating women that Tupac dated. Remember how they say that he would try to talk to the women that his friends were dating. Even Mark Curry, I believe it was, said that Diddy tried to hit on one of his women. And the woman didn't want to be bothered with him, and Diddy got mad. Okay, so these are the things that Diddy does. He's very vindictive. And let me just tell you something. These little things that Diddy does to be petty, these little things can be traced back to feminine energy. And where does Diddy get this feminine energy from? I'm sorry to tell you, he gets it from his mother, Janice Combs. This is sometimes the case with men who are raised without the presence of a father in the house, and they are very close and establish almost inappropriate relationships with their mother. Let's not forget how Diddy and his mother were both sitting outside on the video that I showed you when they were in the backyard, and they were talking about how she could touch her toes with her palms flat. At the same time, they were discussing these things which are clearly inappropriate for any son to be said about his mother, or mother to be saying in front of her son. And how does he know that she can do this? Was she in fact participating in these FOs? But at the same time, they're sitting there saying all of this. Remember that I pointed it out to you because no one seemed to have caught it besides the Queen, that they were getting hydrated, that they had IVs in their arms. And Diddy said, he said, yeah, we're getting hydrated. What did it say in Cassie's lawsuit about him getting hydrated? That after binging on illegal substances for days, they would be dehydrated and would need to get fluids injected. So that's what his mom was doing too. Now, was she doing it because she also was binging on the illegal substances? I have questions. I have a whole lot of questions. So please pay attention. And like I said, yes, I'm quite sure that her health issues, the pains in her chest, are absolutely due to what's going on with her beloved son. Okay? Absolutely. Now let's talk about this attorney, honey, because the attorney has come out and spoke on everything. And let me see y'all put it before I drop this information. Excuse me. Can you all put heard it here first? Go ahead and put your heard it here first in the chat, because I already checked. Nobody's talked about this. Okay, this is inside information. Please pay attention. Okay, Claudette said it makes one question it. Exactly. Caesar Stani said freak off together in groups. Likely so. And let's not forget that they say that she also encouraged Diddy to cozy up to those older white men in the industry so that he could, in fact, get what he wants. All right, there you go. There's my heard it here first. Okay, so now let's talk about it because, as I said, this attorney is no joke. Please pay attention. Now, I'm going to play a video where you all can see him giving his, giving some talking points as it pertains to the Trump situation. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. And also, this is the same attorney that defended Harvey Weinstein and the guy from that SEX cult that I reported on about 3-4 years ago, NXIVM, with Keith Rainier and the lady that had the fortune for the Seagram's gin, as well as Eileen Mack, the lady that was the actress from Smallville. All of them, yeah, he defended those people and many more. Okay? So likes up, everyone, please get those likes up. Thank you in advance. Hold on, I'm looking for this video. Hold on, beloveds. Oh, and speaking of Harvey Weinstein, I have some news on him. Sounds like he's not doing too good. I'm just wondering if it's karma. Okay, so let's get into it right here. I don't see that video yet. Hold on, I'll get to it in a second. Now, Sean Diddy Combs' lawyer says progressive NYC law is at the heart of the Jane Doe trafficking lawsuit. He says it's bogus. Now, this isn't his new lawyer. Hold on. Now, listen to this. Attorneys for embattled hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs are seeking a New York judge to toss the Jane Doe ex-trafficking lawsuit. They go on to say, Jonathan Davis, one of Combs' high-powered Manhattan attorneys, calls the allegations entirely false and hideous. And as he argued that the city's law, which created a second extension to file claims that they were already limited by the prior statute of limitations, and it's preempted by a similar state law that has also expired. Okay, Mr. Combs, of course, has categorically denied all of the allegations, saying he didn't do any of this or whatever. Now, mind you, previously, he had these attorneys for the civil cases. Now, I'm going to pull up this video right here so you all can see the attorney that he now has. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. And this man also is not only a top high-profile criminal defense attorney, but he's also a former federal prosecutor. Okay, so Diddy knows what he's doing, honey. He's ready to do battle. He's not playing any games. Please pay attention. Now, I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this. Diddy said he ain't going down without a fight, honey. He's going down swinging. Put my overlay on the screen. Okay, here we go.
Let's make the most of this summer. Make it the best one ever.
Well, the former president's not guilty plea has set off what's expected to be a lengthy legal battle in Manhattan. Joining me now to discuss the legal issues connected to the president's arraignment is former federal prosecutor Chuck Rosenberg and former Manhattan Assistant District Attorney Mark Agnifilo. Welcome to you both, and thanks for joining us. Chuck, I want to make sure that we understand and explain the charges.
Now, that's Diddy's new criminal defense attorney wearing the blue tie, Mark Agnifilo. Please pay attention.
Here, the Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg is alleging Mr. Trump made 34 false statements to cover up other crimes. The very first line of the statement of facts reads this way: the defendant, Donald J. Trump, repeatedly and fraudulently falsified New York business records to conceal criminal conduct that hid damaging information from the voting public during the 2016 presidential election. Chuck, I just want to get your reaction to the nature of those charges.
Sure, and I think I can simplify it a bit. The charges relate to a hush money scheme, payments to Stormy Daniels through an intermediary, Michael Cohen, and each payment to Cohen to reimburse him generated a number of false documents, maybe a false ledger, a false invoice, a check that was falsely recorded. And so what the district attorney did was take each of those false documents, 34 in total, and charge each one as a felony under New York state law. I don't think it's an inordinately complex case. I read the indictment, which is bare bones, and a statement of facts that accompanied it, a narrative, if you will. And it doesn't involve thousands of documents or dozens of witnesses. It's a fairly straightforward case. That doesn't mean it's not susceptible to legal and factual challenge. And I'm confident that that will happen from Mr. Trump's attorneys. But it seems relatively straightforward to me.
Mark, we have in fact heard that argument from Mr. Trump's attorneys already. They're arguing the charges are very unusual and there's nothing there. What's your take?
So it's a very typical Manhattan DA indictment for these charges. Unlike a typical federal indictment, which is often much more of a speaking indictment, that really tells the story that my colleague Chuck really just laid out for all of you. The DA's office doesn't do that as much. And really what they did is they just gave the bare bones legal recitation of the charge. The thing that they leave out is the thing that everyone's been speculating about the most. You know, what is that second offense? You have to have dual intents to commit these crimes. You have to have the intent to defraud, and then you have to have a secondary intent to aid or cover up or commit another crime. And that other crime is not charged in the charging document itself, but in the people's statement of facts that they issued today along with the indictment. They suggest that it could be campaign violations or tax violations, but that's not in the body of the charge. So I agree, it's a bare bones indictment, but I do think that there's going to be a lot for the people to prove in order to prove these charges.
So, Mark, just to see that through in more simple language, what does that mean for the bar that the prosecution has to meet?
So they have to find that Trump acted with specific intent, not just to commit fraud, but to violate a second statute. And that's really going to be where the rubber meets the road in this case, in my opinion. The defense is going to say, as they've already said, well, he wasn't violating another statute. He was being extorted. He was being shaken down. It was a personal matter. It had nothing to do with an election. And so what the DA is going to have to prove is that it was about the election. And I think the facts that the DA alludes to in their statement of facts all relates to the timing of these things. You know, meetings that took place where there was a plot hatched basically to try to quell negative press, which never happened before he was running for president. So that's going to be the major factual issue as I see it in this case.
So, Chuck, we now have our first details with the indictment being unsealed today. Judge Marchand set the next in-person hearing date not until December 4th. What happens between now and then?
A bunch of things potentially. For one, the prosecutors have a responsibility to provide to the defendants discovery on documents and witness statements and the like to help the defendant prepare.
Okay, so I think you get the picture. I think you've seen enough. All right, with that all being said, that's his new attorney, one of the top high-profile criminal defense attorneys. Now, so let's talk about it. Sean Diddy Combs has hired Mark Agnifilo. Okay, so a Manhattan federal grand jury is weighing the SEX trafficking allegations against Sean Diddy Combs. Now, the rap mogul hired top NYC defense attorney Mark Agnifilo to fight a possible indictment. Agnifilo has repped Harvey Weinstein, PharmaPro, Martin Shkreli, and Nexium founder Keith Rainier. Sean Diddy Combs has lawyered up as a federal grand jury in Manhattan continues a months-long investigation into SEX trafficking allegations involving multiple accusers. Okay, now the rap mogul has hired Mark Agnifilo, a veteran criminal attorney whose high-profile clients, I've already told you who they are. Now, Agnifilo told the media that SEX trafficking allegations by R&B singer and Combs' former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, were the spark of the now sprawling investigation by prosecutors for the Southern District of New York. And remember, I told you yesterday what is the reason for Diddy being charged or investigated federally in the Southern District of New York, rather than California or Miami, where his raids were conducted. Okay, now when Ventura's bombshell Manhattan lawsuit settled only one day after it was filed last November for a sum assumed to be in the millions, additional Combs accusers came out of the woodwork. Now, this is what his attorney is saying. Since then, there's been subpoenas out for months, and I don't get the sense anything is imminent, Agnifilo says, as of the potential charges. Okay, Combs' homes in Los Angeles and Miami were subjected to federal searches and seizures of phones and computers in March as part of the probe, he says. Now, Agnifilo, who's a former state and federal prosecutor in Manhattan, has said that he and co-counsel Attny Garagos, who's likely related to Mark Garagos, who's Diddy's had dealings with for years and decades, please pay attention, okay, are in regular communication with federal prosecutors. Okay, he says, I think that the Southern District is appropriately taking its time and considering many different factors. Okay, so this attorney is already, communicating with these federal prosecutors. So the chances that it's more likely than not that Diddy hired him, some time ago, and we're likely just finding out about it. Okay, so with that all being said, goes on to say, I think in the Southern District, it's appropriately taking its time and considering many different factors. But we are firmly convinced that he did not violate any federal laws. And we hope that we can work with prosecutors in reaching that conclusion. Now, Combs has not spoken with prosecutors, according to Mark Agnifilo. He says that the Manhattan grand jury is the latest and potentially the most serious legal trouble plaguing Diddy, as women from the rapper's past step forward with accusations of violence and coerced sex. Now, that's not what his attorney said. That's what they're saying. Now, in May, CNN published that video of him dragging Cassie and all of that, and of course, that made it much worse. Okay, so, and Terry Garagos is a woman, so I'm just wondering, like I said, is she related to Mark Garagos? And 9 times out of 10, she is. All right, and so we already know about Adria English. Now, the last time Diddy was in serious legal peril in New York was more than 20 years ago, when he and then girlfriend Jennifer Lopez were arrested after the shootout at Times Square nightclub. Diddy was repped by the longtime celebrity defense attorney Benjamin Brofman in 2001, who won the rapper a high-profile acquittal after a 6-week trial on the gun and bribery charges. Okay, and let's not forget he also hired Johnny Cochran. Okay, so please pay attention. Diddy is lawyered up. He has a whole criminal defense attorney. And so he knows what's coming down. He knows what's coming down. And his attorney is saying that he doesn't believe that anything is imminent. So that means he doesn't think that indictment's coming anytime soon. That's what he's saying. He doesn't think the indictment's coming anytime soon. Now, does he know this? Well, he just might, because he's already in communication with the feds. All right. And so I just find it all very interesting. What do you all have to say about it? What do you all have to say about it? And like I said, his mom, and she is 83. That's what it says right here. Diddy's mom, Janice Combs, 83 years old, hospitalized in Florida after experiencing chest pains after disgrace. They have a way of choosing their words. Hold on. These pop-ups. After experiencing chest pains amid disgraced rappers' legal woes and assault allegations. They always got to keep calling him disgraced mogul, disgraced rapper, and all of this. Pay attention. Now, so basically it says the 83-year-old matriarch was rushed to the hospital. Sources for the publication say that it remains unclear what was the cause of the pains. What was the cause of the pains? Now, one could say that this is a publicity stunt. See, I don't put anything past Diddy. Is this a publicity stunt? I don't know, but she absolutely could be having these chest pains because of all this going on, not to mention herself possibly being caught up in it, okay? But at the same time, we have to look at Diddy. Diddy is desperate, okay, for the public to start favoring him, for the public to at least give him a little bit of empathy and sympathy. It's looking real bad after that whole Patsy video, and after he talked all that trash about these made-up allegations with no basis, and people just trying to get bags of money that they don't deserve and didn't own, and all of that. I don't know. Did Diddy put his mother up to it? Did Diddy put his mother up to it? Is this a publicity stunt? all right, to make us have empathy and sympathy for him. You see, you have to look at everything, okay? You just can't look at it with tunnel vision, all right? The matriarch does not live with Diddy, but has her own home in Miami, as she has been seen spending time with the disgraced music star numerous of times over the past several weeks since the federal raids on his home. How many times do they have to call him the disgraced music mogul? This comes just days after reports that Diddy, that a former porn star with a P is suing Diddy for billions over claims that he trafficked her to have sex with party guests and threatened to blackmail her if she refused to comply. And so anyway, honey, this is all a hot mess. Jacob and a woman named Tamiko Thomas. Now that's what I want to know. Where is this woman Tamiko Thomas at right now? I have a whole lot of questions because remember, this lady, Drea English, said that Tamiko was the Ghislaine Maxwell to Diddy, you know, was basically the same type of relationship. And so I just have questions. Hold on, beloveds. And another thing that's not looking good for Diddy is the fact that I told you all back in 2008, Jacob the jeweler was arrested. Okay? And so let's just revisit that. Jacob the jeweler jailed. And this is Diddy's longtime friend. And not to mention some of the same charges that Diddy has been accused of are some of the charges he's been accused of. Now, the Soviet-born New York businessman known in the hip-hop world as Jacob the jeweler was sentenced to 2.5 years in federal prison for lying to investigators looking into a multi-state drug ring. Okay? Now, we already know about Diddy's alleged drug ring that Jonathan Attny was talking about. Now, Jacob Arabov pop-ups. Jacob Arabov pleaded guilty in October to falsifying records and giving false statements as part of the deal with federal prosecutors. Said that I feel ashamed. Doesn't that sound like Diddy? I feel ashamed that I broke the laws of this country, a country that has been so good for me. Okay, this is what he says. I will carry this shame for the rest of my life. The plea deal called for a recommended sentence for 3 years, 1 month to 3 years, 10 months in prison. Okay, Khan shaved 7 months off of the minimum term, citing Arabov's extensive philanthropic work and noting many letters of support that he received, saying that he's a very charitable man. Well, not according to Drea English. Okay, please pay attention. Now, Khan also fined Arabov $50,000 and ordered him to make a $2 million forfeiture payment to the government. Okay, that's what I'm telling you. That's exactly what might happen to Diddy. Okay, a forfeiture payment or asset forfeiture may take place. Now, a defense lawyer handed an Internal Revenue Service agent a cashier's check for $2 million. U.S. Attorney Stephen J. Murphy said people who sell jewelry and other expensive goods are in the easy position to help narcotics dealers hide their assets. Okay, so let's talk about it. This is Diddy's friend. It was alleged in 2018 by Jonathan Attny himself that Diddy was trafficking drugs through the music industry. Is that why he and Jacob the jeweler were such good friends? Okay, because we know that Diddy has been alleged to have been in cahoots with many powerful people or people who could, so to speak, do him all sorts of nefarious favors. Okay, now today's sentence should be a strong warning that such conduct carries serious consequences, Murphy said in a news release. Arabov immigrated from Soviet Uzbekistan at 14 years old and built a successful New York jewelry business. He was arrested in 2006 on accusations that he and others conspired to launder $270 million in drug profits. You don't think that the feds are looking into this again as they're talking about Diddy, as they're looking into Diddy and the allegations of money laundering? Remember when they expanded the investigation and said they're now looking into money laundering with Diddy? Okay, and then his mother has all this stuff in her name, and then he's got these shell companies, and then let's not forget how Rodney Jones said that he even had offshore accounts. He had accounts in Germany and all of that. Okay, so this is all very nefarious. Okay, prosecutors dropped the money laundering charges in the plea deal. Now, authorities caused Arabov and others, or accused them of conspiring to launder drug profits for the Black Mafia family. Okay, BMF. Now, Diddy was tied to them too. All right, Diddy was down with them too. So you don't think the feds are using all of this, every bit of this salacious information that already happened with Jacob the jeweler, which he already was sentenced for? He got off a bit easy because he took a plea deal. You don't think this is where Diddy's headed, with these same type of allegations looming over his head, and him having been such good friends with a person who was engaged in such things and accused and convicted of it? Now, the 7-year investigation resulted in the indictments of more than 100 people nationwide, according to federal authorities. A 7-year investigation, and that's likely why Diddy's new criminal defense attorney, Mark Attny, that's likely why he's saying that he doesn't see anything imminent. 7-year investigation. You know, the feds do absolutely investigate things for years, okay? So with that all being said, there's no telling when Diddy will get that indictment, but, you know, I believe it's going to be a little bit sooner than a few years, because at the end of the day, they're already talking to witnesses, and they've already had the grand jury getting ready and all of that, and witness preparing to talk to the grand jury. So I would probably say maybe in the next few months, 2 to 3 months. Now, the 7-year investigation resulted in the indictments of more than 100 people nationwide. They say that 1,100 pounds of Coca-Cola and 19 million in cash, cars, and jewelry were seized in the beginning of 2000. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. If they can tie Diddy to not only the money laundering, but the trafficking of illegal substances, as Jonathan Attny claims, and so did Lil Rodney Jones, or Lil Rod, aka Rodney Jones. If they can tie him to that, I told you, they can seize all of his properties, no matter if they're in his mother's name or not. And if they dare to find out that she knew of these things specifically, okay, it's going to be a whole lot more trouble. Now, the men, the government says, led the Black Mafia family, brothers Terry and Demetrius Flannery, pleaded guilty and were awaiting sentences at the time of this publication. Okay, this was like a year before Jacob got into all this trouble. Now, Araboff, also known as the King of Bling, became popular among hip-hop and R&B artists in the mid-1990s. He launched a line of religious-themed jewelry with Kanye West, who later named him in songs, including Diamonds from Sierra Leone, in which he asked, "These ain't conflict diamonds, is they, Jacob? Don't lie to me, man." Okay, so, honey, this is a whole lot. That's all I got to say. It's a whole lot. Now, what do y'all have to say about all this? Hold on. Hold on, beloveds. Is this Diddy and his mom dancing? Yeah. Let me show you this. Lights up, everyone. Please like and share. I'm going to share my screen. Diddy and his mom out here dancing, honey, getting it in. Of course, this is before she had the health scare. Hopefully she gets better soon. Okay, at the end of the day. And another thing is, hold on. Above all that drama, said every day more moving parts to all of this. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So, you know, it's definitely not looking good, but we'll see where all of this goes. So, honey, like I said, Diddy is ready to throw down. All right. Diddy's ready to do battle. He's ready to do battle. And here's the thing. Diddy is very calculating. Just remember that. He's very calculating, as we all should know by now. Okay? He seems to stay 2 steps ahead of his accusers and the people that are out to bring him down. He stays 2 steps ahead. Please pay attention. Please pay attention, beloveds, because, hold on. Let me pull up this other video. I want to see if this is it. Lights up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance, beloveds. Okay, hold on. Let me see if this is it. Give me just a second, beloveds. Trying to find this clip. Hold on. Hold on, beloveds. I'm trying to find the timestamp. Okay, I'm not going to keep looking for it, beloveds. I'm sorry. I'm not going to keep looking for it. I'll be here all day. Okay. With that all being said, hold on. Let's see what Greta said about Diddy. Greta says, Diddy may be ready for battle, but he's going down. There are people more powerful than him in the game. Absolutely. Absolutely. He's definitely going down, honey. That's not even a question. That's not even a question because like I told you all, when the feds get a warrant for a raid, especially when they have more than one judge sign off, there's absolutely evidence, okay? There's absolutely evidence, and you don't even need a whole lot of evidence to garner an indictment, okay? The grand jury doesn't need a whole bunch of evidence, but at the end of the day, he's definitely going down. The thing is he going to be able to barter his freedom so that he gets a slap on the wrist? Is he going to be able to barter his freedom so that he gets a slap on the wrist? Diddy is about to be R. Kelly. Remember how I told you they used the Mann Act on R. Kelly and they used the same thing on Diddy. And they took, state charges and turned them federal. Okay. And New York has been the only ones, this prosecutor has been the only one to do this ever. All right. Please pay attention. Has been the only one to do this ever. So anyway, with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. Now, for those of you, AJ says he's black. They never have problem getting us shite. They got Bill. Yeah, they don't have a problem. But the thing is, these people like Diddy, I don't know how they never see these things coming. They literally think that they're on the same level of these people that they're playing with, and they're not. These people are elite, high-powered, and hold the cards. And they'll let some of them in just so they can be the overseers for the rest of us. But as soon as they do something to cross them, this is always what happens. Look at Candace Owens. How do they not see it coming? Because every last one of these so-called raccoons, because that's what they are. They work at the sole behest of wanton supremacy. They don't work in the best interest of us. Sometimes they'll act as though they do. And that's just to make it look good. So people don't see who they really are. But at the end of the day, when you see one after another of them being, dropped or being called out, by their own supposed white comrades or counterparts, how do they not think it ever happens to them? Each one of them seems to think that they're invincible. Diddy thought he was invincible. Diddy thought he was untouchable. Diddy was supposedly working for the feds, was a whole confidential informant, had all of these other ties within the police departments. Fahim Muhammad, was someone who could get rid of anyone or anything that was a problem for Diddy, allegedly. So with that all being said, Diddy has gotten away with so many things supposedly for decades. He never thought it would come to this. He never thought it would come to this. But I tell you one thing that I know, Diddy is smart. So with that all being said, he's making strategic moves because he's already watched, like I told you all a couple of months ago, he's already watched what they did to R. Kelly. And he already knew that's how they were going to do him. So that's why he's getting prepared. He's trying to learn from what R. Kelly did. But honey, none of that's going to do him any good because he's done too much to turn back now, as far as I'm concerned. Okay? He's done too much to turn back now. All right? So, Queen Sarah said, trick, baby. Please pay attention. Exactly. I mean, if this isn't the epitome of that movie, okay? Jarrell says, someone from Diddy's camp is saying that Diddy was raided for allegedly having a video footage of a major politician sleeping with a... You know what? I heard that too. Thank you for bringing that up. You know what? I forgot all about that. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Did I see that on Twitter? Did I see that on Twitter? I saw that somewhere. But I wouldn't be surprised because didn't I tell you all that Diddy had not only celebrities and athletes, but also politicians? Okay? And possibly even some royalty. And I'm not talking about Prince Harry, whom they mentioned to be in one of those parties. They didn't say anything nefarious about him. I'm not talking about him. So anyway, honey, I don't know. I want to say, was it Tough News TV that said that? I want to say it was Tough News TV that may have reported that. But I definitely saw that somewhere on yesterday. I believe that's who it was. And shout out to Tough News TV for having these receipts, honey. Okay, for having receipts. With that all been said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. Everyone, please like and share. Everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Cherry says, I wonder what would Diddy do if Janice... I don't know, honey. Let me tell you something. At the end of the day, I'm sure he'd be hurt, but he probably bounced back quickly because Diddy's more concerned about himself. Okay? Jarrell said tough news. Yeah, that's where I think I saw it, beloved. Okay, thank you. I thought that's where I saw it. Okay. Mr. Elevation said Diddy is just a pawn in the game. The chess players have him well in control. Yeah, absolutely. But he also has dirt on them. Okay. Queen Sam said, you're a beautiful and appreciated queen. Thank you, beloved. All right, Judy said, love you to life, queen. Thank you, and I love you all to life, too. Okay, Cherry said, yes, tough news. Yes, and like I said, shout out to Tough News TV for having these receipts, okay? Unlike some people who make up lies in the window and have fake inside info. Please pay attention. Well, that all being said, Diddy's like Trump, no heart, says Leon, okay? All right, I wouldn't be surprised, and that's I told you all that him and Trump have a lot in common, okay? And I really don't think he has one either. Okay, Listen says, why does my comment about the fraud, Dana Stevens, keep being deleted? I know you all are trying to protect one of them and exposing them to our people to be deceived. I don't know who you are, listen. I don't know why you're calling. Are you talking about Pastor Dana Stevens? Your comment really doesn't make any sense. I know you all are trying to protect one of them and exposing them to our people to be deceived. What are you talking about, honey? And where did you come from? Ha! Clearly a hater. Is this a hater who's mad because I said I'm having Pastor Dana Stevens on here? I'm like, honey, please go sit down somewhere. Okay, Norball said, the queen be gorgeous every day. Thank you, beloved. All right, Tradinia said, Diddy might come up missing. Okay, let me tell you something. I wouldn't be surprised at the end of the day if Diddy, something similar to what happened to Epstein, God forbid, I'm not wishing that, but something like happened to Epstein, happened to him, I wouldn't be surprised. And especially if he has all this information that I absolutely believe that he has on these high-ranking elite people, specifically politicians, we know that some people can get anything done. Okay, Diddy's not the only one. So please pay attention. With that all being said, everyone please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time Queen Goddess goes live. Now listen, for those of you who follow the backup channel, please tune in. You all are not going to believe this. It is all so crazy. You can't make this stuff up. Over in South Korea, they are literally mourning a robot that took itself out. Okay, I want you all to pay attention. So we're going to talk about that. But also, this man murked his wife, his young son, one of his in-laws, and all of that. Okay, also crazy. We're going to get into it. And also, we got to talk about D.L. Hughley going so hard in the paint for Biden, calling people cowards and going in on George Clooney, just throwing subliminals and saying all kind of crazy stuff. So we got to get into it on the backup channel. With that all being said, that starts at 10:35. Now I'm gonna drop the link. I know the moderators probably already dropped it, but I'm gonna drop the link to the backup channel because you all don't want to miss it for those of you who follow. All right. Thank you, Daz. Daz beat me to the punch. Okay, thank you, beloved. Greta said troll in the house. I know there was a troll, honey. I got rid of them. Is there another one? Gerald said, I think he's going to make a run for it and try to change his look. You know what, Gerald? I wouldn't be surprised. You never know what he might do. Okay, they need to keep an eye or two on him because he still has his passport and he does have his private jet. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. The one reason why they're so probably not so concerned about putting a tracker on Diddy as of yet or taking his passport is because keep in mind that some of these countries, they know about what's, the world knows about what's going on with Diddy. This is global news. This is global news. So the world knows what's going on with Diddy. So some of these countries, they likely won't even let him set foot in there. They likely won't even let Diddy's plane land there. They likely don't want anything to do with Diddy right about now. So I don't think they're very worried at this point about him skipping off, going somewhere. That doesn't mean that he won't. But I don't think that's what they're worried about right now because at the end of the day, some of these people are not going to let him in. I don't think Diddy's going to run, though. I don't think Diddy's going to run. Diddy's too arrogant. He's too much of a narcissist. Diddy always thinks that he's the smartest person in the room. He's ready to do battle. Diddy's not going to run. He has this high-profile attorney, and he's ready to get into it. But at the end, and even if he isn't so calm as he's putting on, and I don't think that he is, I think this is more of a facade. But he's going to keep on that Joker face, or shall I say that poker face? Okay, like Lady Gaga says, he's going to keep on that poker face to make it look as though he's unbothered. And while he's doing this, he's really also at the same time, whether he's wittingly doing it or not, or unwittingly, he's taunting his accusers. Okay. And it worked. Like I told you guys days ago, it worked because they absolutely got mad and come out and had their attorneys come out and say something. Cassie's attorney came out and spoke. Douglas Wigder, Adria English's attorney came out and spoke. Okay. And so very interesting. All right. And so with that all being said, everyone please like and share and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you for those of you who've joined and gotten a membership. And for the rest of you who follow the backup channel, honey, I will see you all at 10:35. All right. Likes up. Everyone please like this video before we roll out of here. All right. Love you all to life. Each one teach one. This is how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
With that gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got